didn't even fucking work. It's way underneath your seat now. I just want to write them down.
I'm gonna be like, John.
No, I kind of remember. We need to get like your little stickers too. See, I'll put that sticker right there.
Yeah, I just ordered some, so I have
Yo,
them in like
what's
14
all
days.
mine?
Here, I'll put it right here.
We forget. We start.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
Yo, what's up? This is the Gorilla Clown. Yo, what's up? This is.
Just retake it. That was great.
Yo, what's up? This is the Gorilla Clown. This is UNbrainwashing America.
This is Mac and Cheese 554. Welcome to the show.
Andrew the motherfucking man.
Hey man, look at me. You're talking to me, bitch.
Andrew the
talking
mother.
to me.
I know. We're starting this new this new format, and I gotta stop talking to y'all motherfuckers because
Get them all choked
they
up.
don't even listen to me anyway. Anyways, what did we do this weekend, man? This weekend was an amazing little weekend.
This weekend we went to the Lion's Den. It's a hookah vape / CBD store. We got to hang out with Jazzy McBee from 94.1 and Jock, other words known as Young Jock, and Polo 2G.
So who's just to give some people who's Polo 2G and Jock? What is something they're famous for? You know.
So Polo 2G is a upcoming artist. Who's really close with Young Jock. Super good guy. He'll be at Tiger on Sundays. Starting this upcoming week. If you're in the Atlanta area or in the Marietta area, come show out. Young Jock, I mean, he has a bunch of great songs, but how I know him by is from Coffee Shop. It's a pretty interesting video. If you get a chance, you should watch it. But we're just chopping it up at the vape shop, you know, have hookah and talking about CBD and some other things. My boy, Alon Thompson, he's the one that set up a lot of the stuff with the event and invited me out, and I was on Shop Talk. It was pretty cool.
What y'all talking about? I wouldn't even.
Man, we talk a bunch about different things. So they were talking about products. We were talking about kind of how we met. Talking about I use CBD after practice, and we just had a good conversation. And then people were coming in and out, and we're associating.
They sell CBDs up at that.
Yeah, they sell CBD. They sell the pins and the gummies at the Lion's Den. Everything Burger supplied food.
The wings at Burger. What was it called again?
It's called Everything Burger.
Everything Burger. Go get the hot wings, man. They were freaking amazing.
Yeah,
they're some of the best wings I've ever had. The flavor was amazing.
Yeah, it's great food. That's on all this is on Canton Road. If anybody's wondering, it's on Canton Road in Marietta. The Everything Burger's actually in the same shopping center as the Lion's Den.
Yeah, check them people out. They're really good. And the vape shop. If you vape, you partake in other industries and other avenues that you can go there and get all different types of pipes.
There's a bunch of different stuff. I'll be there again this Saturday. It'll be a little bit different type of event, but it'll be pretty much the same context.
Yeah, they said they had it every weekend is what I was.
I think it's for like the next 4 or 6 weeks or something like that. So
yeah, go check it out. Go get your Lion's Den on. I don't know if the burger people will be there, but if they are, get your opportunity to go check out.
While I was there, I was watching part of the LSU Alabama game.
All right.
I got to watch all the way to the third quarter, and it was intense.
Was it? I'm not a huge college football fan at this age of my life, but I do love the Aggies, the Texas A&M Aggies. I haven't followed them very much, but so how did the game go? Was
LSU won, but it came with a price.
Oh yeah.
Saints had to lose against the Falcons.
And this is the resident Louisianan right here.
Well, I was born here in Atlanta, but Kennesaw. I was born in Kennesaw. But my dad's side of the family is from Louisiana. My first football game was this LSU game.
Oh,
so
nice.
I just happened to fall in that whole lineage of great football.
So when you were young, did you was Shaquille O'Neal was way past left LSU when you were watching by that time?
Oh,
he was in the NBA already, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
To be honest, I didn't start watching football until I was like 14 or 15.
Oh, so yeah, he's definitely playing for the Lakers by then, probably.
But I mean, LSU's an interesting place. I remember Katrina like it was yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
You were a part of that, or you?
My family was. My dad had a house out there. My grandparents, my cousins, my uncles.
So they lost all their stuff.
A lot of them did. I mean, Unless you're in North Louisiana, you're kind of in the danger zone.
Honestly, I didn't know that. I mean, obviously, what they showed on the news and stuff like that.
I remember going back with my dad a couple months after, and his truck was flipped upside down into his other truck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. And there's a lot of gators everywhere, so we had a lot of gator meat. We just go outside in the back and shoot a gator.
Yeah. I've never actually eaten alligator, but that does...
It's good, it's good.
That does sound like a fun... I watched the, what is that? I don't know what the show is called, but where the guys, they went and they hunted alligators.
Gator Boys?
It wasn't Gator Boys, it was the other one. It was the one with the guys... There was one of the young guys was actually an MMA fighter.
Yeah, Jay Paul.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a photo. We'll show you the photo. I was out for Tough 22 tryouts with Joe Elmore and the Ultimate Fighter tryouts, if y'all don't know what Tough is. And Jay Paul was there, and I got to hang out with him for a little bit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that whatever show that is that he's on, that's the one that I actually used to watch. I didn't realize that hunting gate, like the way that they do it, I didn't realize that was actually the way, you know, like...
It's pretty intense, huh?
Yeah, it's not typical. It's hunting more than it is fishing, I guess, anything, because you're hunting the alligator. You gotta con them in like you would a deer or.
Well, you can actually swim with alligators. You can't swim with crocodiles, but you can swim with an alligator.
Yeah,
but they bait them. They use hook. They bait them with these hooks, and then they come up and they bite them, and then they either shoot them or they have this knife that they just click and it's pretty cool. It's pretty intense. No, one day we're gonna have to go out there, man.
I definitely would go out. I don't know how good I would be at alligator hunting.
I mean, we don't have to go alligator hunting. Just go to the city and eat some food.
I definitely would go
to
Louisiana. I would definitely love, especially during Mardi Gras. I'd love to go down and.
Nah, you get in too much trouble, bro.
Pick up some shit down there.
You try to go get some beads.
Yeah, no, I definitely would. Who wouldn't want to get some beads? I would definitely love some beads.
No, you want women to get beads.
Oh yeah.
You gotta show your titties for some beads.
Yeah, if I had titties to show to the women, they wanted to actually see my titties, and I would actually. Yeah.
We'll wait on the. We have a challenge.
We actually have a challenge coming a little later on for y'all. I don't know if y'all have heard of the pot. Are they Pacquiao, like Manny Pacquiao, or just Pacquiao chips? I'm not 100% sure on the correct pronunciation of them. But my daughter brought some home this weekend. She said they were really good. I haven't tried them yet. I looked up the scone bill. The scone bill is 1,400,000 or 40,000, not 400,000. So it's over 1 million scone bills. The hottest I've ever eaten was 3 million plus, which was the wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, are the hottest wings they got there.
Oh, those aren't that bad.
And those are nothing. And those are not like I can eat all the. I did a challenge with one of the guys I went there and ate, and he was like, if you can eat all 10 of these in 5 minutes. We will. I'll pay for all your food. And I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we had gotten a lot of food. And I was like, I didn't care if he paid for the food or not, but he would have gave me 10 minutes to do the challenge. I actually did it. I couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish it in under 5. I did it in 10 minutes, but I couldn't finish it in 5 minutes. Like, as I started going, because you started consuming all this hot sauce at once. Like, when you consume the hot sauce at normal pace, like you can pace yourself out. But I wasn't pacing I was getting hot sauce.
He was like. Straight off the bone.
I wish I could have done that. I was eating it, and then like as the third one goes through, I'm like, this is getting kind of hot.
Speaking of challenges, this Tuesday, Jock's doing a hot wing challenge, and he will pay anybody $500 to complete it.
Yeah, it's a little difficult challenge from what I was listening to.
You have 2 minutes.
You have 2 minutes to eat 40 wings, I believe.
No, it's 20 wings.
It's 20 wings and 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah.
He's talking about, I heard him explaining to everybody how 2 minutes is a long time, and all I could think about was that 5-minute challenge I was just talking about, and I was like, as the time goes on, it's almost impossible because you can't breathe, you can't inhale, like you have to, your saliva gets so thick, and you're trying to breathe, and that takes 30 seconds just to recompose there, so it's like...
He said one girl almost got it.
So. I believe that somebody could, if they're not hot wings, if they're not super hot wings, I could see easily.
He said if you go in their kitchen, you'll start to cry.
Yeah, no, I heard him talking about how he was saying you walk in there and the people are just.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I had John, I had a buddy named Barkham Green. Autry Short came with his camera and took some photos with us, and then I believe it was Barkham's brother B that came up, and we had a little group. It was just Jock and us, and we're chopping it up. And he was telling us some stuff. He was telling he likes MMA and stuff like that. I'm trying to plan a charity fight at his venue and get that going with David Oblas in the NFC. I gotta get the best matchmaker on the Southeast involved. That'll be Jesse Wable. So I'm excited.
Jesse who?
Wable.
Nice.
So
And that's NFC.com, right?
I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Yeah, NFC, they're a great local promotion down here that
I got their. I'm in their
I
little
enjoy.
private little group, so I get to hear all the nonsense.
I enjoy going to their fights. I've been to a few local venues, and that's my favorite. The people there are amazing.
I don't like going to their fights. Typically, I'm the one getting beat up.
he doesn't. He's a great fighter. I don't know what he's talking about. Everybody has their ups and downs in fighting.
Yeah.
It's a long journey. Martial arts is a journey that doesn't stop. So, anyways, this is our new studio. This is all my junk that I had. I know y'all can't hear. I know y'all can't see because y'all are listening. But there's a whole rack of figures, wrestling figs. They call them wrestling figs. And then above that, I got NBA figs. And then below that, I got some NASCAR stuff and some 80s content. The other side is just a bunch of DVDs. And then behind Andrew Sam's, we got the Just Heart apparel logo that we saw in the other videos. Behind me, I just have a green screen, so whenever I start doing reaction videos to these videos that we make, I don't know why I just laid that out and let y'all know.
Hey, I appreciate the setup, man. It looks nice.
Yeah, we're trying to actually look somewhat professional, and the most important part is just to have a open conversation, open dialogue, and the format that we had before, I felt like we were just too. We did a great job. I feel like we did a great job for not ever sitting down talking just off the cuff. We're just really running with it. But I feel like the flow for audio wasn't nearly as good.
Hey, we just gotta improve. You know, each show we just gotta get better.
I guarantee you. And we already got some listeners. You got an amazing following on Facebook.
We're gonna get a couple people on in the next couple weeks. We're gonna do the $1 Million Barber, Charles from Hollywood Cuts in Kennesaw. We're gonna do Alon, who set up the event on Saturday this upcoming week.
And one of my somebody at my gym. This is gonna be a very controversial interview for us. I met this guy a few months ago when I moved back to the Georgia area. His name is Cam. I don't know if he wants to reveal his last name or not, but I'm gonna call him Cam. But he grew up a very
different lifestyle.
Different lifestyle than a lot of people that I know or I personally am around, and maybe because my background is a little different than his. But he grew up he grew up in a lifestyle of wanting to be a white supremacist, and he since then has changed his life. He's now he doesn't believe any of that. He's a very changed individual, and at first, when I first started talking to him, I didn't really care what he believed in, and I didn't listen. I just kind of ignored what he said. But the more I listened to what he had to say, he's a very intelligent person. So to see him go down the route that he went to become, he has brotherhood tattoos on him. He's a very interesting person. But to listen to him talk and know how intelligent he is, and know that he's came from being this huge racist individual to like. He goes to a black-owned and operated gym. His coach is a black man. One of his best friends is Warren Smith. I don't know if they're like true best friends, but at the gym they love and it's his closest training partner from Muay Thai. So for that to happen, that's amazing to overcome.
For the Venom Assassins to be your friend, you got to be a good person.
Yeah, and
if not, he'll bust your lip through the back.
And Warren's a very open, intelligent guy himself. He's a very smart guy. So I mean, he's had to listen to him. Sam, my coach Sam Wells is amazing. Former MMA fighter, fought for the WEC and so other organizations. They all accepted him with open arms, and I mean, as just the saying I was a white man or whatever, and I looked at it. I personally don't understand the concepts that he believes in, but I definitely want to listen to where it comes from, and I feel like bringing him on will help a lot of people that are struggling, maybe, or I don't know if you're struggling.
Hey man, if we can change one person from a racist to a non-racist, I think we won that battle.
Exactly. Buddy. That's my point. Is he can get on and he can get his point of view, and for him to be able to be open to come and talk to us, I think is it's gonna be one of my biggest accomplishments if I can actually get him on. I know that he wants to do it and he says he wants to do it, but to actually put that information out. So stay tuned. If he does, he says he's gonna come this Wednesday. I can't guarantee it. I would love for him to come. he's an amazing person. So hopefully he'll come in and he'll greet us.
Speaking of MMA and stuff, John has a arcade Street Fighter machine, and I was talking smack, and he completely wrecked me. I was gonna play a second game, but I decided not to. I was too embarrassed.
No.
You know, and then it's funny.
Of course I have it, so of course I'm gonna play it. But I'm sure if he had the warm up practice, and on top of that, the game came out when I was like 14 years old, so I've been playing it since I was 14. He had a late start.
Well, here's the best part. I went to Walmart and I ended up selling the machines. And I was with a buddy and he ended up wrecking me. And I was like, man, I gotta stop talking smack on video games.
On video games.
Let's get to Call of Duty. What's up?
Yeah, let's do some good. That's definitely something we both play Call of Duty Mobile right now.
Yeah, if you're on Call of Duty Mobile, I stream through Omelet Gaming. I also stream it on my Facebook. Or if you just want to play, I do everything battle royale, team deathmatch, rank matches. Frontline. You can find me at ATSAMS0198.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you where the hell I'm assuming my name's Rum Dog because it's the Rum Dog on everything other than Instagram, which I'm the Gorilla Clown at. And that's because my son has stole my name on Instagram. So I couldn't be Rum Dog.
No, you see all the masks? He's a clown. Don't let him fool you.
And I am a clown. I choose to wish to think that I'm a comedian, but I'm far from it. I'm not funny. Everybody tells me I make jokes that only I laugh at. So.
Hey man, there's a million comedians trying to get his job, and you want to be funny?
Yeah, right. I do. I don't think that I could be a stand-up comedian.
Moving into funny, Joker was a pretty good movie. Speaking of clowns, and
you saw the Joker?
Yeah, man. It was pretty good. I thought it was going to be more action than drama, but it ended up being a good, dark drama.
Right.
I wish somebody would have set that expectation ahead of time. So if you haven't seen the movie and you're expecting this super action-packed movie, there's more action in the opening scenes of the bank scene with Joker and Batman than there is in the whole movie. Now, there is some good action scenes, don't get me wrong. But it's...
What about compared to Deadpool? You've seen Deadpool, right?
Yeah, I've seen all the
Deadpool as far as a rated R.
I think
it's
dark. The movie's dark. It's pretty twisted.
It's not like a Deadpool comedy.
No, it's completely different. It's really dark. It shows a lot of like mental illness and thought process and stuff like that. I think it was great for that context. It's just not what I was hyped up to believe was going to happen.
Right.
I thought it was the Joker going to go, his beginnings, how he just...
So it wasn't like an origin thing. It was more like a...
It was kind of an origin thing. It tells you a story. But it's not what I expected.
Right.
I mean, when everybody was talking about the Joker, you know, you just think of Heath Ledger's Joker. That from scene one to the end scene is balls to the walls action.
No, for sure. Like my whole growing up, the original Michael Keaton and Tim Burton Batman came out. So them killing off the Joker after the first Batman. I was kind of disappointed because the Joker was an amazing character for the Batman series or whatever, and then they killed him off, so they didn't have that character anymore. And then when I'd always looked at Jack Nicklaus as the Joker, you know.
Yeah, he did a great job too.
The Joker.
But
then when Heath Ledger came around, I was like, oh my, this dude put on a performance. He really indulged himself into the lifestyle of what you would think the Joker would have been, or just the persona of it. And but Joaquin Phoenix and River Phoenix's, I believe, younger brother is who he is. They were both great actors. River Phoenix, before he passed away, was a great actor. He was one of the up-and-coming great actors back in the 80s.
Right.
And his brother, Joaquin Phoenix, Signs, all the movies that he's ever been in have been amazing. So I could only doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that everything about the performance is
Now,
great.
to switch into action, I saw Creed 2 yesterday for the first time. I know it's a little older. I thought that was great, how that wrapped up. And then if you want to talk about the best action-packed movie, you got to see John Wick 2, and John Wick 3.
Yeah, I've seen John Wick 1, and it started out a little slow, and I didn't... My son is a Fortnite fan, and Fortnite has embraced John Wick and everything to do with Keanu, the internet god Reeves.
The internet god,
yeah. He's the internet guy. Everywhere I go, there's something about Keanu Reeves and how he gave his lung to do this.
Coming soon.
And I'll keep posting. I'm like, he has to have an honest phone booth time machine. I don't know how I scrambled that one up, but a phone booth time machine, because he's had to have gone back in time and changed it. Because 10 years ago, Keanu Reeves was like just Keanu Reeves, you know, like now you look online, he's a superstar, like he's a god. Like young kids, my son's like envying Keanu Reeves, and I'm like, I love The Matrix and Speed and all those movies, but
hey, he has a lot of good movies, and he also trains martial arts, and he's actually a really great person with weapons. I don't know if you ever seen any videos. He can make record times with shooting.
Really?
Yeah, he does a lot of training with that for John Wick. But John Wick 3, from the moment you hit play to the moment it ends, is action packed. I wouldn't say there's longer than 2 minutes of any like story development that's like takes a back and forth without someone getting punched or kicked in the face or shot.
No, I've wanted to see the second and third one. I just haven't had the time to sit back and watch them. But
Guys,
they're on
I
my
will
list.
make sure he watches them.
They're 100% on my list to watch. They're 100% on my list. So moving on, I have me and Andrew talked about this weekend, and he suggested that we bring in a historian, but what I just wanted to reflect on is the Old West and how the time period between 1865 and 1895, there's zero, and maybe y'all can have a better idea of this, because I just wanted to have Andrew's reflection on it before we move forward. But why is there nobody ever talking about the racism between those time periods? What happened in those time periods, in what we consider the Old West, that is so glorified? You know what I mean? It's kind of, people look back at the Old West and are like, man, I lived in the Old West, gunslinging, but they never talk about racism ever, and I never hear that. And maybe I'm incorrect on this. Maybe I just have been blinded to it. But every Old West movie I see, do you ever see an Old West, like an Old Western, where they're like all these slaves or all these, like they don't even talk about black people in any negative connotation that I can remember.
I don't know. It might have been because they're afraid of the backlash out of the movie industry.
Right.
I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely think racism exists.
It had to have existed then, because it was coming.
Yeah,
right
especially
off
with
of-
systematic racism back in the time. I'm not gonna say it wasn't there.
No, that's what I'm saying. I know for a fact that we.
But why they don't talk about it? I don't know.
Why they don't talk about it, and how did we skip a good 30-year period? Because, I mean, we even skip even a longer period than that, because you go through the Great Depression and all those eras. Obviously, there was negative things going on within America, but what I'm saying is not until you get closer to the 1940s, 50s, and 60s does the racism really ramp up.
Well, did a lot of the racist movements start on the East Coast? I'm not sure.
I
know the
couldn't tell you.
KKK is prominently on the East Coast versus the West Coast. I don't know if that ever changed at any point in time. But
I know that
like
the
Alabama,
original KKK is different than the actual KKK that we know today. The KKK originally started out, it was 4 leaders from the Democratic Party that lost during the Civil War. I'm not saying that they were part of the 4 leaders of the Confederate Army disbanded. They happened to be Democrats. I'm not saying that all people from the South are Democrats, but they just happen to be Democrats. Left and started the KKK. They started the KKK not as a hatred towards black men. They hated it. It was to scare black men and white men voting Democrat, not Republican, because they feared that because the Republicans were the ones that freed all the slaves and they voted for all the rights, and the Democrats voted against it. They were afraid that all the black vote would go straight to the Republican, so they started hanging and doing all these things as hatred, not as hatred, but as a way to scare people. Then, as that was defunct, that new Klan leader back in whatever early 50s or whatever, whoever that guy was, rebuilt it and changed it, and that's when we had all the stuff in Mississippi, and that's where it really started ramping
Yeah,
up.
I'm not too sure about the Klan stuff. I mean, I don't condone racism at any level.
I don't either, but I definitely would love to know my facts if some KKK member tries to come and confront me about
Like,
something.
I went to a school that was that had a lot of Hispanic and black people and stuff, and I loved them all. They treated me just like I was family. I've been to a lot of their houses and stuff, and just, embracing their culture, man. I love to learn about different cultures and ideology and thought process, and it's beautiful how we can come together. I'm part Puerto Rican and Spaniard, and obviously I have white in me. You can just look at the color of my skin to figure that one out. But it's
like,
cool.
No, we thought you were a black American.
And if I was born that way, I wouldn't mind. I don't care what the color of my skin is. I don't care about the character of my person.
Continuity character.
Yeah, so it's just like a lot of my friends are different races, and it's cool. It's cool how we can come together and we can love each other and we can build each other up. And then it's not cool to see someone try to build to downplay someone or to disrespect them because of the color of their skin.
Yeah, no, that's That's an ignorant way of thinking, to think that you don't like somebody just because the skin color is irrelevant. Like the pigment of the color of your skin, you could be like Michael Jackson and change the pigment of your color of your
Right.
skin, but that still doesn't change who you are. You know what I mean? Like you're still gonna be the same person, whether your skin's brown, black, or whatever. You're still gonna be a bad person if you're a bad person, or you're gonna be a good person if you're a good person.
Well, let's go ahead and move to the next topic.
Now, let's get off this racist shit.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move into the next topic. The next topic is gonna be would
There's
you
no
rather.
Trump in this issue. I just held up a magazine that said no Trump in this issue. Would you rather? We're gonna do would you rather, guys. Would you fucking rather?
I'm gonna let you start it off with the question.
All right. Would you rather have Donald Trump as president, or would you rather have Hillary Clinton?
I don't like either one of them personally, but if I had to have either or, I have to have Trump over Hillary. I'm sorry.
There's no hate in that.
And it's not about Democratic or Republican. It's more about the character of their person, and people disappear behind Hillary Clinton. I don't know anybody disappearing because of Trump. But we'll move forward on my question. Would you rather have Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren?
Oh fuck! God damn, dude. I don't know too much about Elizabeth Warren's policies, but I'm 100% against socialism in America, and
They're both socialists. You got to pick which
they're
socialist.
both socialist. I don't know. I don't believe that socialism works just because
Pick
it
one.
hasn't worked. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick Elizabeth Warren just because I think Bernie Sanders is gonna die and have a heart attack before he makes it to presidency.
No, he does not wish that on him. He just
I do
thinks
not
that
wish.
might-
I do
may
not wish that
happen.
any person's gonna have a heart attack. I just feel that his body, he's not.
I think he's about the same
I
age
think
as Trump, though. I'm not.
He might be the
100%
same
sure.
age, but I just mean he's not as healthy. I'm not saying Trump's a healthy individual because I don't know anything about Trump's health.
Right.
But it's the same with Hillary Clinton when she was running for president last year. She was slipping around, falling around, like she was walking on ice skates everywhere she lived. So I don't feel like she was in the greatest health. That was one of my main concerns about Hillary, and just the fact that the history that they had in Arkansas was my.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause you right there. By the way, Epstein did not kill himself. Okay, we're moving forward.
Yeah, that's like the big topic. Epstein didn't kill himself. That's for damn sure.
We just gotta make sure the government still knows that we know. We
We
know
know.
you guys are covering this up.
You're not fooling. You're not fooling anybody.
Come
we-
after me. I'm ready.
Please don't come after me. I got a family. I need to.
Oh, you come after my family, we're gonna have even bigger issues. But that's another topic. But yeah, so I do think the Democrats do have a great person in their campaign trail by Andrew Yang. Obviously, Republican, you have Donald Trump. But we'll move forward. If you don't know who Andrew Yang is, check him out.
All
He's a
right,
pretty
so
cool
Mom, would
billionaire.
you rather sit down and have to watch Harry Potter for the rest of your life, or would you rather watch Lord of the Rings?
I definitely go Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry. Harry Potter's cool with the wands and the magic and stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm into kind of medieval stuff. I'm into like bows. I'm into long swords. I'm into that type of stuff. And how cool would it be to see a sexy elf? I mean,
You know, I have very like I don't know if I had to live in the world, which world would if I'm a wizard and I'm like living in a wizard.
bro, you're a muggle.
If
Calm
I'm
down.
if I'm not a mogul, I'm living in that Harry Potter world, and I'm not a mogul, then 100% the
Mogul.
Harry Potter mogul. I would rather live in the Harry Potter world. But as a human being now, like who wouldn't want to live in the Lord of the Rings, or who wouldn't want to be a part of that? Like that's you don't have to be any kind of like you just got to be a little elf, and of course you're gonna be an elf or a big normal human being, and then you got it made. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be some special wizard.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, what if you happen to go in Lord of the Rings and you happen to be one of the little hobbits?
I mean, still, at least you're still part of kind of the story, you know? Like, you're
Yeah,
not
that's true.
like the uncle or whatever, the fat uncle that's fucking with Harry Potter the whole time, not letting him get his mail. And I've really only seen one Harry Potter, so it's not like
I got you.
I actually I'm a fan of the.
Would you rather be
the story.
Jason or would you rather be Freddy Krueger?
I got a Freddy Krueger hand right there.
Do you? And you got Jason
And I
mask
got a
right here.
Jason mask right here. Actually, I'd rather be the anonymous guy, if all three of them. But if out of the two, I love Freddy Krueger. The dream part of it, I dream. I have crazy dreams. Obviously, it doesn't invade my dreams, but the idea of Freddy Krueger is so much cooler than the idea of some camp counselors getting mauled by some serial killer, because I think that wouldn't necessarily be that scary, because I feel like he could kill. I feel like he could destroy. I don't know if he could destroy your dreams like that.
Right.
That's not going
All
anywhere.
right, we're gonna wrap this up with one more question. And you sure go.
It's my go. So, if you had, would you rather? Not if you had. I just created a new subject. If you had, would you rather? Would you rather be an immigrant or an actual American? Would you rather be an immigrant in America, or would you rather be an American that lives here in America?
Well, I'm already an American living here, so I'd be an immigrant just to see the different struggles, the different obstacles to go through. I mean, there's people in the world that need to know it's okay to come to America. If you're from anywhere in the world, I appreciate you trying to come to America. If you get here, if you
100%.
become a citizen, I'm gonna open my arms and love you just like I love my brother. But I'm already an American. I got privilege. If you're an American, we got American privilege, and a lot of us don't even notice it. We don't understand. People talk about white privilege or black privilege or whatever other types of privilege there are. But as Americans, we have privilege over the world. And we need to respect that, and we need to watch what we say. And just like if you're overseas and you're watching this, stay out of our stuff. Don't comment on our stuff, because you don't know what really goes on here. Just like I'm not going to talk about what's going on in France. I'm not going to go into detail about Hong Kong or Bolivia or Peru or Venezuela, because I don't know all the details and the facts. I'm not there.
Right.
I know what goes on in Cobb County, Georgia.
Right.
I know what goes on pretty much on the East Coast to a degree. I mean, I don't know everything.
You pretty much know what goes on in America
concept.
just because of the news in general, and we get a first-hand point. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Is about if you're in another country, you can have your opinion all you want, but if you try to influence another American on a concept or a belief that we have, then how are you having a positive influence on it? I mean, we're not coming to your country or coming on your Facebook saying, "Hey, France is this or France is that," or
I've been to
Hong
France.
Kong,
France is
or
beautiful.
all these things and saying negative things, because realistically you're living a life there in France. We're not living a life. We don't know exactly how it is until you come to America, until you come to our country. And we love you. We want you to come to our country. And when you do come to our country, you'll see that it's a beautiful and amazing country, and that the people here are amazing. We have beautiful and amazing people here. Our news gets more publicity if we talk about negative crap, negative shit constantly.
Yeah, and
instead
I'm tired of that.
Instead of saying something positive, we never talk about how great the people in America are. And this is one of our main goals, is to show how great all people in America are, no matter your color, you're rich, poor, happy, sad, whatever. You all have a place in America, and we're all trying to make it a better place. And that the people that say that we're not a good country, or we have bad leaders, or we have this or whatever, and you're not part of the country, then shut the fuck up, because I don't give a fuck, and I'm sure a lot of Americans are sick of hearing it. And then we have these people that are weak-minded in America, and they listen to y'all, and then that breeds incorrect information. We have these people going around spewing all this stuff because they were influenced by somebody that's not even American, and that so screws up our politics, that screws up our way of thinking, and that makes us give an outside belief. I mean, that's not fair to anybody. It's not fair for us to do that, especially with our Americans as a powerhouse in that concept of saying that we have the most influence over other countries. And if we were to go around saying, "Hey, this country's shit," and they're that, then of course the rest of the world's gonna follow suit and think that. So we're not doing that. So don't do that to us.
I wouldn't have said it the way he said it, but I can agree to the context of what he's trying to
Yeah,
say.
you don't have to let it. We don't necessarily.
And here's the thing: is you don't have to agree with us. I mean, you're listening to us; we're not listening to you. So you can agree to disagree, and it's cool. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, drop it below. We'll definitely talk on it. If there's any subject
give
we'll
me
talk.
all the hate that you need for what I just said.
I mean, hey.
But we have different. Just so you know that me and Andrew, we don't always we don't disagree, but we don't always have the same points of view. So he could have a better point of view on the concept, or a better way of saying it than I have a way of saying it. But it's just all about peace and happiness at the end of the day, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, man, we're just trying to here to have a conversation, bring people involved, and get their questions, and see how we can evolve as people as well. I mean, I'm not perfect. If anybody thinks I'm perfect, well, you're wrong. I'm sorry. But I try. I try to learn. I try to evolve. That's why I read a lot, and I watch a lot of podcasts, and I even watch stuff that has different views than me.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm very pro-life, but I also, from my reading stuff, it's not my concern what you do with your body.
Right.
And I'm not saying you're a woman and you have to go through that, but if a girl, I had a really good friend of mine, I'm not going to say her name, had an abortion actually this year. And when I found out, I called her and I said, hey, I'm not going to hate on you or nothing, but I want to take you to lunch. And the first thing I did is I gave her a hug. And
Right.
then I said, hey, I know that's probably the hardest thing you had ever do in life. I'll never do it, but I mean, you got to live with the consequence, and it was your decision. And we had a conversation about it, and it was awesome. You know, a lot of people won't have conversation with things if you disagree with them, and we're really good friends. We meet up every couple of months.
An open conversation, no matter what. Especially if, like you said, you like to watch things. Whenever the election was going on, I'm not a huge fan of CNN news just because of some of the rhetoric they put out. I'm not a fan of any kind of news, but I didn't watch Fox because I knew they were pro-Trump. So I watched CNN because I knew they were against Trump. So I knew that if CNN announced Trump as president, then he won. You know, so I was like,
it was just like this. You might like strawberry over banana. You might like raspberry over grape, or you might like Ferrari over Maserati.
Right.
There's gonna be things you like and dislike. I mean, and then you have to go into morals and ethics and stuff like that. So everything's a little different, but it's just evolving as people. I mean, we gotta come to a decision that, okay, two people may be right at the same topic with different views, or one person might be right and one person might be wrong, but we just gotta evolve as people and make a new culture, and we have to embrace people. Like, I'm a Christian, and I don't try to put my religion on the other people, but I respect people that are Jewish. My girlfriend's a Jew. I respect people that are Muslim, Buddhist, atheist. It's not my job to try to convince you. I can give you information if you ask me, but if you don't ask me, I'm not going to put my religion on you. I'll have an open discussion what I am and what I believe if that context is there. But I love all people. I mean, I was raised, my grandparents are atheists on my mom's side, and my dad's side are Baptist, and I was learned to appreciate everybody. Now I do have some hate for certain people, but it's not because of their skin tone or their religion and stuff like that. It's just because they're crappy people. And I think they need to be dealt with. I mean, if you're a rapist, well, I hate you. If you're a pedophile, well, I hate you. If you like to rob people and do evil things, I probably hate you. But you can redeem yourself, and as long as you redeem yourself and try to be better, I mean, you got to earn other people's respect. Like, there's gonna be mistakes I do, and people are gonna lose respect for me, and I got to re-earn it back if I choose that path. And that's what I think we all should do. Anything you like?
Right on, man. No, I can't say it any better than you said it right there, man. That was beautiful.
Man, them chips, I'm already hungry, man. Are you sure you want to share those with me? Cause you might not have any left. Bro, I'm fat. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I put some weight on. I fought at 145, 155. I also fought at 190, but I'm a fat dude. I'm 215 pounds now. You can get in my belly, bitch.
Let's see what I'm trying to see if I can find this exact thing I found the other day.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to look at these chips real quick. They're freaking hot. It says it on the back of the bag. I do want to say something. Since I used to own a restaurant, everybody says when you have hot things, use milk. Don't do that. Anything with fatty foods, do not do that. Fat cooks in your mouth. They say, yeah, it cools it down and stuff, but it actually helps the blisters blister more. If anybody wants to try to prove me wrong on that, I don't care if there's any evidence that supports that I was wrong or not. Actually do it. Go get a habanero pepper, eat 2 of them guys, and put some milk in your mouth, and tell me if your blisters don't get worse.
I don't agree with drinking milk after it. Water, if anything, is probably the best.
It's like putting butter on a burn. You don't do that. That thing will cook on you, boy.
I never drink milk. I've watched. There's a Hot Ones. Have you ever seen the Hot Ones?
What is it?
It's a Hot Wings challenge online.
Go ahead. These are haunted ghost peppers.
No initial flavor, no initial hotness at all. They're a little 0 to 2.
Hey Jack, I'm coming for that wing challenge. Have that $500 ready for me.
These are supposedly 1,040,000 Stoneville levels. I tried looking it up, but
oh, you put it up on Reddit?
I pulled up the Reddit view of it. But I couldn't find the actual post that I looked
You
at
getting
yesterday.
choked up?
No,
It's okay to cry, John. I'll cry with you. Don't worry.
they're good. I would eat them with just regular chip. They're a little smoky flavored. They're a little smoky flavored. They're like some unflavored Doritos. That's kind of what they taste like. Unflavored Doritos with a little bit of bite at the end. Very little flavor to them. Very little flavoring. It
Not
tastes
bad,
more,
though.
more like
I need some ranch dressing.
they taste more like an unseasoned Dorito chip kind of, you know.
I would agree. Oh, they gave me the hiccups. This is gonna be great.
They gave him the hiccups.
By the way, when I get hiccups, they're pretty bad. It takes like 20 minutes to go away.
There's some people online when they do the hot wings challenge, they get hiccups when they eat hot food. This is 100% real. I didn't switch these out with Dorito chips. But I would give them.
I told you I was gonna eat the bag, man. What
Oh,
are
you want
doing?
here? You want some more? Go ahead. I'm sorry. He can eat as many as he wants.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
The hotness level is 0 to 2. I wouldn't say they're very hot. If you've had hot wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, they're a little bit hotter than that. It sticks with you a lot more. This is just more touch your tongue. A little hot to the touch of your tongue.
I would say that it's equivalent if you went to Hooters and had their barbecue or their habanero barbecue in the
Habanero.
context of hot. I'm not talking about the taste of barbecue
Yeah.
or the flavor, but I'm talking about the hotness.
Yeah, I give Pacquiao. Am I saying Pat? Why do I keep saying Manny Pacquiao? Pacquiao, haunted ghost pepper, real peppers, real heat, freaking hot.
100% real ingredients.
Yeah, and it's organic. It says it's non-GMO verified, so that means that the corn chips are non-genetically modified. If you're into non,
I wish my girlfriend was here so I can give her a kiss right now to see what she did.
For sure. They're all certified. They're not bad. They're very flavorful for hot, but not flavorful for taste. Like it doesn't have a whole lot of cheese, Dorito cheese flavor or whatever it is. I don't know. It's just ghost pepper.
I think they
smoky.
just want to get the hotness out so people can try them.
It is. I want
Lick your
to.
gums real quick and see what you think. Nothing? Eat some more.
I eat plenty of them. I don't think they're very hot at all. I'm a huge fan of eating hot food though. So that's why I want to try the ones that are up above that. Have you heard? There's one where they give one chip, and it's supposedly the hottest chip in the world. It's the Pacquiao one chip challenge.
We should do it.
I'm gonna get us each one of them.
Can I get 3?
You can have as many as you want.
I mean,
But there's a guy online. His name's LA Beast. Shout out to LA Beast. He's an amazing food eater. If you follow YouTube or any of that, go check out LA Beast. He eats a whole lot of food. He got 3 of them. He ate them, and he was like going freaking crazy, you know.
well, I'm already crazy, so
And he's like a beast, like LA Beast. When he says LA Beast, he's a beast when it comes to eating food. Like I've never seen people eat food like him.
Is it hot enough to blister your mouth?
I think it's like 3 times this heat level.
Okay.
So that's why I think that it's like
I went to a chili festival
5
once and I had
5
this
million
chili and my
but I'm
mouth
not 100%
instantly
sure.
blistered. I couldn't get more than two spoonfuls.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing that.
It was good though. It was really good tasting chili, but my
I'm
left side of my
definitely not
mouth like started like I don't know if you call it an ulcer or not,
Mm-hmm.
but my mouth just started to blister. I
want
had this
something to
huge
drink?
blister. Oh, I'm good right now.
Okay.
I mean, I got a little cotton
I
mouth.
saw
other
that
than
your
that.
eyes was watering. I didn't want
Yeah,
to
I wanted to cry for you a little bit. You know? John's like my best friend, and he's talking with me on the radio.
That's right.
But yeah, guys, we like to get some content. So what you want to talk about? If not, we're probably gonna repeat a lot of different things and go out. Next week, I got an event that we're gonna go out and do. I haven't even talked to John about it yet. Just to get some content. I'm gonna give out some T-shirts. I might even give out some hoodies. I haven't decided yet. And then there's fights coming up in 2020 in the beginning. I'll probably go out, set up a booth, and give out some stuff there too.
For sure, moving forward, we'll probably do more challenges like this. We'll do what would you rather's.
Have you ever done the cinnamon challenge? Speaking of challenges,
No, I don't like cinnamon. So I do like cinnamon on certain things, but I've never actually done it. And the majority of the people that I see do it, regret life after doing it. Have you done it?
No,
I
the
don't
reason
know
I
if I
haven't
wanna
done
do
it is
it.
because I don't want to. I actually like cinnamon flavored stuff.
You don't want to hate it.
Yeah,
You don't wanna hate it.
I love cinnamon applesauce. That's like my favorite thing in
Really?
the world. I get a whole thing of just like cinnamon applesauce and I eat it in one sitting.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
I'm a fat kid, man.
Yeah, I do that with roast. Like I'll make a roast and I'll eat it all.
Yeah, you made some the other night and it was really, really good.
Makes
You know.
I just put it in a pressure cooker, man. I put it in a pressure cooker for 24 hours, and then I added the potatoes and stuff.
It was good. It was good.
Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're gonna we'll wrap this up with one last final little tidbit of information. I don't know what it's gonna be.
You want me to come up with something?
I want you to go ahead and lay us on the line of teaching us how to Mac, because I don't know how to Mac. This is the This is the true pimp. I found out a lot of information about how good of a. So can you give the us non pimps a little bit of pimpology as we wrap this up?
You talk about how to get women, man?
Yeah, how to get.
Because you can pimp out a lot of different things.
I think a lot of people can pimp out a lot of things, but how do you pimp your? Let me just put it this way: when I met him, I was talking to somebody this weekend. When I met him, I didn't realize he was such a young guy until the other day when he told me how old he was. But I've known him for a little under 10 years, so I had met him when he was like 17, 18,
yeah, I was
19
about
years
16
old.
when I met you.
So, but he has always been held himself very professional. I didn't know too much about his personal life, obviously. And then this weekend I found out a little bit more about him. And I found out he's definitely good with the ladies, so I just figured he'd give a little one line or something, a little pimpology. So something that the young non-pimps out there can hold on to and
be a Sour Patch Kid. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about be sweet, sour, gone. Be sour, sweet, and gone. That's a little different, you know? Girls like it when you're sweet to them, but they want to know you have that asshole or that bad boy. And I just figured out my game. I figured out how to play with them. Now what I mean by play with them, like, you know, bust jokes with them, you know? Poke them a little bit. Poke the buttons. But then you be sweet and kind. You know, you make them feel beautiful. If you can make a woman feel beautiful, you already won that battle. And another thing is, guys, start friend zoning girls. If a girl friend zones you, you lost. If you friend zone her, you have a chance. Girls do not like to be friend zoned. That is my secret weapon. I probably just threw it out there. I got a girlfriend now, so I don't care. My girlfriend's a beautiful woman, and I try to be a better man for her every day. But at the same time, guys, if we're talking about pimpology, friend zone women. Find a girl, the hottest girl in the group, and friend zone her. I promise you, she will talk to her friends all day about why she's in your friend zone. And her friends will come after you like you are some meat and they're hungry. I promise you. Hey, but if you don't have delivery, it won't work anyway. So I'll leave you
timing,
at that.
delivery, and
persistence.
Persistence. For me, I understand it. I agree with everything that he says. I think just being yourself and open, talking. When you start trying to run game, that girls know.
Just
it.
be honest.
Girls know when you're running game. Stop running game.
Oh, I'm gonna leave you one last thing. You don't have to seduce women to sleep with them. You don't have to be creative. Some girls want that. Don't get me wrong. Some girls want, you know, you to work into it. But you can, if you have a understanding with girls and they're open with you, you can be like, look, I think you're hot. I want to smash you pretty much. And they'll either tell you yes or no up front. And you got to respect their answer. But you can get through a lot of BS in a lot of time if you're just upfront with women. And as you can see, over the weekend, you saw me talking to interact with a lot of different women. I was just up front with them.
Right.
And now they all know I don't want to sleep with them because I have a girlfriend and I respect my girlfriend. But I'm flirtatious.
Right.
And I make them feel good. And you can see I can open them up like that and have any type of conversation with them.
Of course.
So you just gotta learn that skill. It's a skill you definitely have to master. And I'm trying to improve just like John is. So.
Yeah, I'm not my pimpology. I'm a little old to be pimping women, but definitely my step up my game to get me a beautiful woman.
Man, I already hooked you up with a wife, so we out.
Yeah, apparently I got married this weekend. But anyways, we're out.